morning and I'm just having a hot cup of tea. Jeff is at the office today, so I was thinking, why don't we go out and do a fun errand together? And that is going to shop for scrapbook materials. We do have a scrapbook itself. Nothing's really glued or taped to anything securely, so we really want to get started on getting some of these pages done. And we've also been collecting a lot of stuff, you know, like special tickets for things that we've gone to. I'm going to take you guys to one of our favorite stores in Tokyo, which sells a bit of everything, but especially they have a ton of stationery. So I'm excited to take you guys along. So late mornings on weekdays seem to be one of the best times to get things done around town. It's less crowded since most people are already at work, and it's also before their lunch rush. And just a short walk from Shibuya Station is Loft, one of our favorite shops. It's basically a giant lifestyle store and there's multiple locations around, but we really like this one in particular because it's got 7 huge floors full of cool stuff. One of the things that I'm looking for today are washi tape, which are a decorative tape made of rice paper. And I think it's pretty much a staple to have when it comes to scrapbooking, especially in Japan. It's also really versatile for things like gift wrapping or just decorating stuff in general. I'm also going to pick up a couple sheets of stickers, some colorful pens, markers, not too much, just sort of putting together a scrapbooking starter kit. There are so many options in this store. I think I narrowed it down to the essentials. I guess none of this is really essential, but you know what I mean. And as always, whenever I'm here, I usually do a quick walkthrough of the kitchen section because everything just looks so aesthetic here. Quick story time. We made a reel about Loft before, and in it we featured these bowls that are sakura bowls, but when you turn them upside down they become Mount Fuji. But we were like, oh, let's go back and buy them. And then they were gone and we were like, oh no, we should have bought them before we posted about it. And now I just saw them. Like, they're here right now, so should I get them? We've been waiting a long time and we were looking for them, so maybe I should. Bento that I have gotten multiple times now from the food court that's underneath Shibuya Station. I think it's called Shibuya Food Show. And yeah, I just like this one because it feels relatively well balanced, like pretty colorful. This whole thing is about 900 yen, so pretty good value. attended a Kintsugi workshop recently, which is something that we've been wanting to try for a while. And Kintsugi literally means golden joinery, which is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery using natural lacquer and powdered gold. And we are doing the traditional form of Kintsugi today, which uses all natural materials, so it's actually non-toxic and more durable than the quick and easy alternative that just uses epoxy. We've always loved the idea of Kintsugi because it brings out beauty in imperfection. And it was interesting to learn how different types of repair require different techniques, like a chip versus a crack versus a totally shattered piece. And when it came to our turn to try, we got to fix up some antique dishes from Kyoto. This is fun. And since this was just a one-day workshop, the base coat was already done for us and we just jumped right into the exciting part. So first we applied a red lacquer to the joints, which will help enhance the look of gold powder that goes on top after. It's really easy to accidentally use too much. Another thing is to make sure you have a pinky for stability.
I'm sweating.
Jeff is so sweaty now. And it might seem counterintuitive, but the lacquer actually requires a certain amount of humidity in order to dry, which is what this special wooden cabinet is for. And while we were waiting for that, we enjoyed a little tea time featuring special sweets brought over from Kyoto. And we also learned the proper way to drink from a matcha bowl. Now we're just dusting on some real gold powder using silk floss, and the red lacquer underneath really makes the gold pop. This was definitely one of the most satisfying steps of the whole process. It looks really cool.
I'm so scared of the little right now on the gold powder.
Yeah. You're so scared of just your general existence around it. We brought our dishes home in a box with some wet tissue inside for humidity, and we had to wait until the next day before we could take it out.
So we're still not allowed to eat food off of these for the next month, so we have to let them sit on a shelf for a little while.
So there's this little empty nook here in the corner of our kitchen, and we're just now getting around to dealing with it. We'll be adding a shelving unit and some slim garbage bins to help maximize the space. We just thought now might be a good time because we got some new Mount Fuji bowls, some Kintsugi dishes, and probably some other things coming up soon. By the way, do any of you guys have ideas on how or where I should repurpose this spice rack? Because once we put in a new shelf, there's not going to be any space for the spice rack in the kitchen, but I don't want to throw it away, so I'm just trying to think of some ideas right now. Okay. Nice. I like the feeling of this. So there's this thing where it holds your garbage bag in place, and with all the teeth you can actually put like multiple bags, so you can like split this into 3 bags, or you could just put 1, and I really like having that option. We're putting together a tension shelf that we ordered from Nitori, and we actually have the same type that we're using in our closet, but just in a different color and size, and that one has been great so far, so hopefully this one will also work well for our kitchen. It's pretty amazing that in Japan you can quite easily find furniture and home hacks that can help you maximize every bit of space. This shelf was pretty easy to put together. It took us less than an hour and all we needed were a couple of screwdrivers. So when we brought the shelf into the kitchen, we got a little worried thinking that it wasn't gonna fit, but luckily we just had to remove one of the boards off of the frame and we were able to maneuver everything in, so it all turned out okay. Totally no problem with this outer one. The inner one might be a little bit difficult. You probably still get it.
I can do it.
Okay. Yeah. And also the inner one is just gonna be for recycling bottles and cans, and so that it doesn't have to be emptied so often. But this one will be for like cooking, like composting, and this one I usually take out once a day or once every 2 days. So it's good that this one is super easily accessible. So what do you guys think? This is what we came up with, but we'd love to know if you would have done it differently. And as always, in proper Japan fashion, we gotta cut up all the cardboard and tie it up into neat little bundles for recycling. We're doing a quick trip to Notori because we want to find some baskets for the kitchen, and luckily they do have like a display of the same shelf that we got, so we're just gonna like put baskets on there and see which one fits, and we didn't have to do any measuring at home.
Yeah, perfect.
So maybe we should get 3 small ones and 2 big ones.
Okay.
That was so much easier than I expected.
You don't have the cloth, so I can find a towel or something.
We also popped by Muji because we wanted some organizational stuff in more of a natural material. Our goal is to eventually achieve a good mix of modern and natural/traditional vibe in our home, and Muji is a pretty good place for that kind of thing. On this night, we went for dinner in Harajuku at a restaurant that lets you make your own okonomiyaki, which is a type of Japanese savory pancake. And we were pleasantly surprised to see plenty of locals and foreigners dining here, and that's always a good sign.
Interesting.
Good vibes, right? It's kind of hard to see it from this angle, but there's an instruction sheet in front of me which I'm reading off of while I'm cooking and trying not to mess up this okonomiyaki. Oops. Why is it so bad? Not gonna lie, my first attempt didn't go so well, and I think it's because I didn't mix the ingredients well enough before putting it on the grill. It kept falling apart every time I flipped or moved it. And so in the end, I just covered it with a lot of sauce and mayo, so you can't tell how bad it looked underneath. But I would 100% do this again because it's really fun. It actually tastes really, really good. Like, even Jeff is impressed. He's trying to figure out what's in it that makes it so good.
The key to deliciousness is the soup stock. They tell us exactly why.
So we decided to take everything out of our cupboards and do some reorganizing, especially since we've added some new plates and bowls, a few baskets, and a whole kitchen shelf. It's also probably a good habit to do a bit of a reset once in a while anyways, because things tend to slowly migrate out of place over time, at least in our home. Ooh, by the way, we've got these daruma, and daruma are like a traditional Japanese figure for good luck and reaching your goals and stuff. These are like the neko versions, so cat version. And actually we put these guys on the reception table of our wedding, and it's supposed to be the two of us. We've just been keeping them around everywhere we go, everywhere that we move to. I think I'm gonna have them sit just on the ledge back there because I think that's really cute and we'll get to see them all the time. For a bit of a rustic touch, we thought it would look nice to line the small wire baskets with mini burlap sacks, and we're going to use them to store some frequently used essentials.
The other staple food, very, very milky, sweet coffee. The only one I drink.
And after all this is done, not only will it look much better than before, but functionally it'll be easier for us to access things and to take stock of what needs to be replenished. Okay, so this next basket is gonna be for sweet stuff. And speaking of sweets, I got these for Jeff for Valentine's Day. These are hojicha and matcha chocolates from Jeff's favorite, well, one of his favorite tea shops.
You know how Valentine's Day is normally marketed where like a guy has to give chocolates and flowers to a girl? In Japan it's the opposite, and actually on Valentine's Day, the girl might give chocolates to a guy. And so, this got me these ones.
So we dedicated one of our evenings to work on scrapbooking, and this is definitely something that we want to keep up with. It's like the perfect balance of relaxation, creativity, and spending quality time together.
One page down.
I love it. We currently write in our journals every night, but I think keeping some visuals in a scrapbook as well is going to be really valuable for looking back on our memories. Tonight was a solid start, although I think we should seek out some more inspiration ideas on how to decorate these pages because ours still look kind of empty. But aside from the aesthetics, we're also using this as an opportunity to reflect and appreciate both the big and small things in life. And if you enjoy seeing our life in Japan, then we would love for you to subscribe and be part of this channel. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.